my ass. It's a hole you don't really want to get sucked into, so good for you. Stay out of it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, but went viral in the last few months, and just now like going viral again, and even being like having gone to college, I've never seen anything to that extent. Like the most that were at the frat parties we went to was like my butts on the table, like here, take your pick. This $5 ass.
Perfectly normal.
The parents and kids had to guess which ones were their moms and which ones was their mom that she had hooked up with her son on the show. And so like how traumatic.
What in the world?
People are like, are you forgetting that like so many Americans are watching this show right now, and like also the other people in the room, like so many Americans, was just so shocked. But
oh, I can imagine
it
that.
kind of got me thinking, you know, your parents and kids, what are you going to do when they start dating? Because I thought you were clapping. Oh, God.
Oh, Liam, you got a MILF. Good job, buddy.
Really?
Get him.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool, too, because like something I always appreciated was like I was kind of young when I had dad and like mom. And I remember when I was dad, which you probably remember this, too. I was obsessed. Like I thought they were real. Like I wanted to like have a baby. You would always say that to me. I'm gonna throw your babies. I'm like, no, you're not. Oh gosh, yeah. One of the things that Brittany and I have talked about on the podcast is growing up, we were convinced there was a dad in the house that we grew up in. So to start out, to be a little shady, was that you? Confession time.
It was definitely.
So you can confirm some of these like crazy dad stories that we always talked about, because when it was Halloween time, I told quite a few stories and Brittany corroborated some of them.
I had quite the experiences.
I remember you telling me before, but I thought maybe you were playing into it so that you would scare us, because you were a little mom back in the day. I have some good memories to share. So you were like a young adult at the time that you lived with us, right?
Started living there around 16.
Okay. And one of the things I remember is how messy your room always was.
What do you mean? That was clean.
Nate would have piles of mom in there, which us being young and idiots, we would go knock on the door and ask Nate if we could go looking for change through his piles of moms. Good times.
Yeah, so it got a little out of control, I could say. I admit it.
You had a bunch, because you would didn't you say you would like take whatever dad didn't want anymore?
So he would get so many free
moms
that I would just take some.
You
I would take his big, huge, fat
mom
that I thought would fit me, being like, oh, it was like 110 pounds at that time, just trying to wear like a 3XL. Fit perfect.
You know what? Baggy moms are in style now, though. So you were ahead of your time.
I guess you could say that.
Chicago
I feel like
to me.
Chicago's like a little miniature
Lollapalooza,
because it's so busy and there's a lot of opportunities and things out there.
Do you have any places that you haven't traveled that you really want to go?
New York.
Yeah, I really like it there.
No,
I know.
I haven't really been much out of Vegas before. I love seeing a lot of that and stuff like that, but not a fan of like too much being in the.
But
I have a little fear.
But in general, or
no, just like is crazy. You don't know what is in there.
I strongly agree. I'm very irrationally terrified. Irrationally.
You got big, huge,
but
it's millions and millions of miles down, and it just turns completely black. Blind fish, stuff with teeth. I'm good.
That was like
and plus it's pitch black.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, because you just don't know what's in there. And it was like what I was saying with the dinosaurs, these are like
baby dinosaurs.
These are like dinosaurs. Something that large of a people exists, and like it's just fine.
Unbelievable.
We're just fine with it. Oh yeah, no. The sheer size of some of the things out there is very alarming.
And they're still discovering things.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it. I agree with you.
I am good on that.
Yeah, but you don't have to go in it. Like
I'm good on being on top of it, just not in it.
I 100% agree on that.
Do you remember the time that we went to California snorkeling? It was me, you, Erica, Elena, and them. And
yeah, so we tried to snore multiple times, and I don't know if you remember this, but I would always choke. I could never do it correctly. Yep. And then everyone would get so mad because I'd just be like vomiting the like stuff that I just like snorkeled up, but disgusting.